Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are joining the M-RoV today, as it has just made its change into Mars SOI. There you can see the little red guy right down there. I've made some maneuver nodes to adjust our fine-tuning into what will hopefully be a capture maneuver. We're looking for a nice low orbit, seeing as how we're coming in really slow this time. But we are still really heavy, but it looks like just with the fuel left in our transfer stage, we might be able to capture. And then hopefully with a little aerobrake assist, we can get into a nice lower orbit. And then start to get ourselves ready to bring this little lander on down. I mean, that's the plan anyway. We'll see how long it holds up. But I've got Flight Computer all set up with our shutdown and reboot sequences, as well as to jettison the transfer stage before we hit the atmosphere. As you can see, the heat shield here is angled downward, so we need to be this side first. And hopefully we can maintain that side first kind of profile all the way through. Here's hoping. I should not remember to unlock these tanks on our descent stage, because we will need their RCS to control our angle while in the atmosphere. Here's hoping anyway, right? Alright, well, anyway, everything's all set up. There's Mars. We're just going to fast forward on in a bit and hopefully get this whole mess out of the way. Now, I'm hoping that I've timed it. Whoa! Mars disappeared for a second. That caught me off guard. Eek. I'm hoping that I have timed it well enough to where our shutdown sequence will kind of act as my cue to start orienting to retrograde and firing that engine. But really, I just need to pay attention to our time till node. That should be well outside the atmosphere, and is I think our ejection of the transfer stage would probably be something that I need to have readily available to me. There it is, 30 minutes. So as long as I got that engine running before that, I would like to do it around when it crosses the 10-minute mark. Maybe a little later, because the burn time, according to Mech Jeb, is 7 minutes, 38 seconds. Alright, and we are 12 minutes out from that decouple, so I'm going to go ahead and get us oriented to the node. Alright, node's in 7 minutes 24 seconds, which is a little beyond our runtime. What's our decouple? 12 minutes. I think we can manage. Let's go ahead and ullage the engine and ignition. Infinite lights on that AJ-10, so timing or making sure we get that right isn't exactly my priority, but I'm still used to the days where I only had 4 ignitions on the AJ-10, and so every little bit just scares me a little bit. What did a whole bunch of... oh yeah, the shutdown sequence happened. Hey, look at that. Things are coming up the way they're supposed to for a change, as long as that periapsis yeah, it should be rising, because I figure we need quite a bit less aerobraking, especially if we can capture off the thrust of this engine. You can see our orbital speed right now is only about 5.7 kilometers per second, making this the absolute slowest I think we've ever encountered Mars. I think the last time we were here, we were moving at practically double that. So the little bit of fuel we have left in this transfer stage giving us enough to capture would be really awesome if it works. If it doesn't, we'll have some atmosphere, but I'm hoping not so much atmosphere that we deorbit and land prematurely, because I did not set up any of those commands in the computer. So I'm really kind of banking a lot on this first pass kind of thing. Just hopefully. Alright, well, I'm not going to sit here and drone on for another 6 minutes or so while this engine burns. I'm just going to be very closely watching my periapsis. What does the map say that it should be when I'm done? Oh, I don't know, because I made another node. Waka waka. Alright, and I can't read them because Mars is so bright. I mean, looks almost sun-like in that direct sunlight portion. And I wonder if that's an artifact of scatterer being crazy or ambient light adjustment. Nope, not ambient light adjustment, and now I can't remember where I had the slider. Great, okay, well, we'll just put that away before I screw anything else up. Anyway, moving swiftly along. And that fancy bit of camera work can only mean that we are captured. Making this, I think, my first propulsive-only capture at Mars. I could be wrong. I don't remember. I've made a lot of things go to Mars, and all of them, except for one, have failed. So I don't quite remember if this is actually the first fully propulsive capture maneuver I've ever done here. But either way, I'm pretty happy with that. And there's the rest of our fuel. Let's just go take a look at this telemetry for a second. I can get rid of that node. So to hit a nice low orbit, we need to shed 1,142.1 meters per second. We are highly eccentric, but we're captured. That's the first step. Everything else after capture is purely secondary. So I'm quite happy with this. What was that, like 58? Yeah, I could totally just look down there, but whatever. I'll go to the map view. No big deal. Alright, so, yeah. Oh, brain fart. Okay, I think 41 is going to be way too low, so we're going to try to move some fuel around here, get these RCS thrusters firing again, and get ourselves facing up. So we have very, very limited time into which to make this happen. So I'll edge back in our AJ-10, and we're lit. Excellent. All right, come on. That should do it. All right, and now we'll transfer all the fuel back. Oh, we got 3 minutes. Okay, we only used way too much of that fuel tank. No big deal. Alright, let's get ourselves angled into retrograde. Come on, retrograde. We're not quite in the atmosphere yet, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I've set our new periapsis to 56 kilometers. Seeing as how we have such little speed that we actually need to shed. So, you know, here's hoping that we can... we've got this angled correctly, or that we've got our altitude figured correctly. Alright, 2 minutes until transfer stage SEP, and that's fine. We're going to be well in the atmosphere by the time that happens. And that makes me a little sad, honestly. No connection. Yeah, that's right. I already knew that. Okay, well... let's just get in there and hope for the best, shall we? Dunk. There's our atmosphere. 1 minute 30 seconds until stage set. Ah, man, this camera angle's just awkward. Okay, so... one end of the lander, the lander itself has an offset center of mass. Ooh, excuse me. I don't remember which end of the lander it is. So, if I'm facing the wrong way currently, although this, yeah, this should be the, no. No. This should be the heavier side. Yeah, because that's got the probe core on it. Oh, I totally should have run an atmosphere science when I was... oh, that was dumb. Alright, 40 seconds to separation. Current altitude 92 kilometers. Actual altitude 84 kilometers. 83 now, but wow. It's some decent hillage. Alright, yeah, we're already starting to drop some speed here. Alright, come on. We will actually start to decelerate a lot faster after we ditch this, because its mass won't be carrying us along. I wonder if we can angle just a little bit and not spin around. Alright, 2 seconds. Detached. Alright, let's get out of the way. Get out of the way. Yeah, oh man, that was close. Whew. See you later, little buddy. Alright. So, alright, yeah. We need to, whoa, roll 180 degrees. Maybe I had that wrong. Now we're getting into a little bit thicker air. Alright, well, maybe just the mass of the rover itself isn't enough to offset. No big deal. It's not like there's a crew here that we have to worry about. There is, however, just an apoapsis failure. I mean, it's not like we're going to go flinging off into deep space. Our biggest concern would be to deorbit, because obviously did not program any of the landing maneuvers or anything of that nature, like arming parachutes and such. So, failing to maintain orbital speed would be catastrophic for this mission. But yeah, we're about 30 seconds from our apoapsis, or periapsis. Sorry, our peri-Aries. Sure. And 900 meters per second to shed for our optimal altitude. So I don't think we're in any actual danger of deorbiting here. I want to know what happens if I turn off the RCS, if it holds stable or not. Yeah, looking pretty good. Awesome. And I can just go ahead and not waste the fuel. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, it looks like this is going to be smooth sailing. We've already passed our periapsis. And we're on our way back up. Current apoapsis, or I guess it would be apo-Aries. It's about to cross the 10 million mark. There we go. So I don't think we're going to get quite as low as I anticipated, but it looks like we'll pass the halfway mark by the time we clear the atmosphere. This is rather uneventful. I mean, other than the whole almost having our first interplanetary fender bender and very suddenly deciding to raise the periapsis. But as far as like the flames and the cool things to look at, this has been relatively run-of-the-mill. And I can't say I'm sad about that. So, yeah, we're about to 61 kilometers. I'm kind of scared to use physics time warp currently, because without the RCS system, and I don't want to use it with the RCS system, because it's going to be, yeah, it's going to use up a whole lot of fuel. And having drained that top tank already, I think I want to save fuel for the descent mode, or the landing descent. Yeah, down to 6 million. Judging by altitude, I think we'll be lucky to get that down to 4. Alright, you know what, I'm impatient now. And yeah, seems to be holding steady, just based on drag alone, which is awesome. I was really worried that the center of mass of this was going to, yeah, and as I'm talking it goes twirling off. Node, I guess we're too high and too slow for that to make a real difference. Spoke too soon. Alright. Now then. Yeah. Seeing as how we got that far without anything absolutely tragic happening, and now that we're at 92, 96, I am not scared to just kind of let this happen. Oh, wow, that got bright. Let's, yeah. That's the fun part, isn't it? So I'm assuming that's an artifact of visual enhancements mod. The very sudden, very bright clouds. But we are clear of the atmosphere. Hooray! And we can go ahead and eliminate this node and I guess start trying to figure out where we're going to land. So yeah, that's us. Is that our transfer stage? That has to be. It survived. Oh, okay. I'm not surprised. That's yeah. There's the Mars 4-2. I wonder what biome that is in. That would be a good thing to know so that we don't land there. But let's get far enough out so our boot sequence kicks in. Yeah, about an hour 48 to... Oh, hey, look at that. We have contact already established. This is fantastic. So, first thing we're going to do is decouple the heat shield. And what's our... I'm assuming we're draining power. Yes, but very slowly. There is an RTG on the rover, because who needs solar panels for these sorts of things? And, alright, so quick systems check. Well, that was quite pleasant, I have to say. I'm going to go ahead and activate that comm, and... signal delay 12 hours. Why did I forget to do something about that? Okay, so, starting over, decouple. Activate. Activate. It'd be nice to have independent sensory or independent comms. There we go. And we'll start to arm our parachutes, because why the hell not? Arm. I don't know which one I armed. Arm. We'll just go around the circle. Arm. 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 Okay, all chutes are armed. Fantastic. So now the fun part is going to be trying to time the deceleration stage, the shutdown of the deceleration stage, the separation of it, and the deployment of the airbags. I'm pretty sure Infernal Robotics will let me move things. Yeah, pretty much instantly. That's awesome. So we'll just kind of get those into a flared position. I think we're going to be going entirely too slow for aerodynamic forces to tear off our wheels. And we know they're pretty robust. So we're just going to leave those be for the time. Alright, so I'm going to go fidget with some things and decide on a plan. I will pick you guys up in just a few minutes. Alright, well, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Alright. So that should be our independent comms. These solar panels that I'm extending are just to kind of top off the batteries a little bit. They're going to be sacrificial, needless to say. So I've done everything through the right-click menu and not by pressing the spacebar. Learned that lesson. So everything should be set up in Flight Computer and ready to go. Here's hoping. Alright, we got about another minute until our engine turns itself on. There we go. Excellent. And hopefully we'll be able to maintain communications all the way down. Let's just, not going to give us the lines, huh? Yeah, that's fine. Whatever works for you, man. Let's focus in on our spacecraft. There we are. Now we have the line. So, yeah, based on that angle, we should have comms clear with Earth the whole time. And I don't think we've got any other events scheduled until we get pretty close to Atmo. What I do want to see is the decoupler 1 hour 44 minutes. That is the decoupler for our descent stage, so I'm hoping we will have all of these fuels burned well before that thing goes. But we have a certain time when we need to ignite the engine, just to guarantee our full 7 minutes of runtime. I do have a little extra fuel for it up here that will be transferred down to the lower stage as we burn it off. So a little bit longer than 7 minutes of burn time, but really not by a whole lot. Oh, that's quite nice. I can appreciate that for a second or two. Alright, Mars. I'm coming for you. Okay, I would like to keep an eye on that. Shouldn't be too hard. It's the very first thing on the list. That is gonna drive me insane. Thank you. Oh boy, I hope I got this right. 43 minutes. 47 minutes. Well, we'll either be going way too fast or way too high. Not sure which, but we'll find out. I really should have set that decouple for a lot later. Thunk. Alright, well there's atmosphere. Let's get ourselves into retrograde. Retrograde-ish. Yeah, current speed 4 kilometers per second and dropping. 12 minutes until descent stage separation. Nine minutes to the decouple. 8 minutes. Alright, let's just light it up. This is not particularly efficient, I know. Really, we don't have to bleed off a whole hell of a lot of speed to get, I mean, if we can get to below a kilometer a second, I think our drogues will be okay. And those will certainly get us down to below what the primaries need. We do have backups for each, just in case I should really, really screw this up. Now I should be... Whoa. Hey there, buddy. Yeah, let's utilize that now much more apparent offset center of mass to gain us some lift and therefore more time in the atmosphere to get drag. Whoa. Why are we leaning to the side? That doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. Whatever, we're slowing down. Okay, current speed 3.4 kilometers per second. Alright, there's deorbit. Good, now we have a camera angle that's worth something. Oh yeah, and we are coming in. 1,700 meters per second of displacement left in the tank. Current speed 3.2 kilometers per second. Rover not cooperating. Let's see if folding these wheels back up a bit helps. Yeah, a little bit it did. Although that... Well, okay. Act as wonky as you want, man. Out, out. Get out. Let's get Get as much weight as far down as we can. 6 minutes to set, 4 minutes of burn. I'm not going to make you watch all of it. Come on. I think we just lost an antenna. We did. That's crazy. The solar panel's fine. Medium range comms, not so fine. Whatever. Alright, if we could slow down a lot more. 21 kilometers current altitude. Alright, we just crossed the 2 kilometer threshold. All chutes still showing red across the board. Ah, 2 in the yellow. 4 in the yellow. I think those are our drogues. Well, both our drogues and our primaries. Awesome. Yes. If they could just go green. I'm getting there. Still 1,000 meters per second left in the tank. Current speed 1.5 kilometers per second. I think we're going to be okay. Provided, of course, those airbags get us down in one piece. Oh, chutes out. Chutes broke. Uh-oh. Drogues out. Why did a set of primaries deploy before the drogues? Drogues out. Primaries deployed. Holding. Yes! Whew! Well, we'll just keep this. Secondaries deployed. We have lots of fuel left. All chutes at full tilt. Oh, right. About 12 G's pegging out on the meter. Let's shut that engine down so we don't overdo it. 3 minutes until we separate our stage here. And there's our shadow. Current altitude 2 kilometers. Oops. Well, this is going to be interesting. This was not the landing failure I thought we were going to have. Oh boy. I'm sure our signal delay is longer than 3 minutes. Let me just check something here. Log temp. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Thermometer. 11 minutes. 11 minute signal delay. No big deal. Alright, well, I'm just going to hold on the thruster button here. I never thought that I would actually bring too much fuel to land this thing. Here, I thought I was going to run out of fuel and I was going to be way high in the atmosphere still and just spend a long time falling, waiting for the chutes to deploy. Yeah, turns out no. I'm going to hit the ground with my deceleration stage still attached. And that is kind of a problem. This should be interesting. Still a minute 30 seconds worth of fuel. My God. I'm kind of scared to turn the engine on because I think the parachutes will detach if we start going up. And that would sure scrub the mission pretty fast. Yeah, okay. The longer we drag out hitting the ground, the better off we are. Current altitude 800 meters. We're definitely hitting the ground before we stage off this transfer stage. Oh no. And even if we do ditch it, it's going to be right underneath us when we land. Sans airbags, by the way. But what won't upset me is if it breaks. God, if only we had just another 40 seconds of airtime. Oh. Well, you know, it'll be a nice comm relay. Descending at a very steady 12.4 meters per second. Just trying to use as much fuel as I can. So the lighter we are, the slower we'll go under the load of these parachutes. We're down to 130 meters, 100 meters. Here we go. 1 second. Decoupled. We're down. Airbag deploy. Well, there goes our comm setup, I think. The airbags worked. Let's just go ahead and let that other one. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Good job. Good job. Successful landing. Alright, we can tuck away flight computer. Oh wow, atmosphere analysis from Mars's Midlands. I was hoping to get that in the air so we could get it more than once. No connection. Oh no. Oh no, that is not good. Well, we'll keep all these. Yeah, oh boy. Yeah. Ooh, I hit reset. That was not good. 100-kilometer range, so anything not in the atmosphere is not going to work for you. I thought you had range on your own. Oh no, this one didn't deploy. Yeah, no connection to send command on. Is that what you're going to tell me? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to save the game, and we need to establish contact with our little rover so that we can deflate his airbags and get his wheels down and get rid of the parachute stage. Yeah. Oh, no. All of the, yeah, this has no connection either. It does have its own core. Omni range 300 kilometers. So if something sweeps over relatively low, that can get connection, and then that will get connection. Useless! Do you have an Omni range? SPU no connection. So it does not have its own Omni range, and I really thought it did. Oh, this is going to make me mad. I got to sort this out. 5, just to make sure. That's where we are. Where's our nearest... Oh, you know what? That's the Norseman. Is that... Yeah, that's the M-RoV probe. He will probably make another flyby. And he will be less than 100 kilometers. Keep. But thanks for that heads up. No, that one's not going to give us a connection. Oh no. Connection, connection, stop, stop, stop. Oh, we're connected. Alright, so very first thing is to hit, bring up flight computer. Make sure we don't have a delay. Signal delay 0. Stage. After that is clear, activate the antenna. And then we can start deflating airbags that we totally didn't need. Deflate. 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 And then we should be square. Oh, let's turn this on. Activate. Okay, hopefully. Flight computer has received all of our commands. Please. Please let the toggle stage work. I don't want to have that thing sitting up there. Although I will just keep pressing spacebar if I have to. Alright. Satellite is out of range. But hopefully these signals got transferred okay. Come on. Oh, the agony. It's killing me. Oh, come on. Of course not. Well, alright. Our antenna's on, so we can try that stage thing again. Just hit it a bunch of times. Not like I have an engine that's going to activate or anything like that. Alright, now that our airbags are deflating, we can get ready with our wheel deployment. Thunk. Wheels down. Brakes on. No? No brakes? Brakes aren't going to work, huh? Oh boy. Brakes. Okay, so I can steer in real time, but braking relies on signal delay? You can't tell me that's an actual thing. This is going to be fun. Well, it'll rove. It can't not rove. Alright, come on, toggle stage. Nope. Brakes. I cannot believe I cannot toggle brakes. Imagine having to wait 11 minutes between pressing the brake pedal and seeing it happen, like the actual Mars rovers have to do. Okay, and the other thing we can do is radio in. 11 minutes 47 seconds. I would just like to get this thing into its full deployed mode, which includes extending the RTG away from the body for thermal reasons. Oh yeah. We don't do anything in time warp. That would have been nice to realize, yeah? Uh-huh. Alright. Are you actually going to stage this time? Yes! Still no brakes. Alright, well then. That's super awesome. Alright. Let's fold out our RTG. Now that we have independent comms. There we go. And say hello, M-RoV. You are now on duty. Official. And stuff. That was our parachute stage hitting the ground. I wish I had kept watching it. That would have been fun to watch. Toggle brakes, toggle brakes, toggle brakes, toggle brakes, toggle brakes, toggle brakes. Oops. Alright, well, we're just going to wait the extra minute for our radio in. It should be all the same sciencey things that we've already collected, or that we collected on touchdown. Alright. I mean, really, remote tech guys. I really love that I can, like, steer without signal delay. That makes me really happy. It makes rovers not absolutely horrible to deal with, but the brakes, still having to obey the signal delay command, it's quite funny. Seismic scan, alright. Laser surface scan, let's transmit that home for 60 science. Surface hydrogen data, 60 science. Telemetry analysis from Mars Midlands, 45 science. Temperature scan from the Midlands will net us another 60. I haven't been paying attention. Oh, please tell me it's giving me credit for all of these. Yeah, so far. Let's pin that open. Nope, not anymore. Now it's not even radioing them in. Seismic scan. You get more for bringing a seismic scan home? Transmit? Nope, not even going to try to transmit anymore. That's fantastic. That's exactly what the last rover did. And I think it's one of these science experiments is glitching out a bit and causing some kind of terrible error. And, well, I'm just going to fudge it off camera. So, hey, we chalk one in the win column. Mostly. I mean, the rover's down. None of the rest of it really mattered. We're all in good shape and in one piece, and the brakes are on. And hopefully this one won't end up subterranean. So there's that. And I think that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I do appreciate it. And I'll see all of you in the next one. So until then, see you later.